Alright, we've got an update video on the Kawasaki EX650 Ninja. What I've done is I was able to get a set of motorcycle stands. So ordered these online, they arrived, assembled them, put them on, and I'm very impressed with what they do and the quality. I was lucky enough for the bike to already have the existing bolts or whatever you want to call it, mounts to get the rear one happening, and I made sure I got the front and rear so I can get the bike up and so it's nice and steady and stable to work on. Got that the bottom end of the motor to do, and I've started ordering parts to do the work. Now I was able to source online a top end, so I've got the cylinders there, the pistons, the rings, which I'm going to be replacing, give it a diamond hone, take that to a machine shop to get that done, get that all set up and installed. This is the old cylinder, which there's a couple of nasty gouges and whatnot from when that piston disintegrated after the valve hit it, so we've got that there. And here we are with the cylinder head that I was able to source from the same wrecker. So she's a little bit worse for wear on appearances. It's from a 2008 model, but the only problem with that is that it's black and it's not silver like the 2008 model. So the valves potentially could be alright and not have that happen, but I'm not going to risk it. So I've ordered inlet and outlet, or intake and exhaust valves. I've got the seals, head gasket, all the bits and pieces, shim kit, and I've got all that coming, but I decided that I was going to attack doing the head work myself. So I couldn't find any decent, reliable or reputable small engine reconditioning mob here in Townsville. So what I decided to do is order a spring compressor and give it a shot myself. I've got a bit of experience being a trade assistant in a cylinder reconditioning, head cylinder reconditioning shop, and I've been there, done that plenty of times before, seeing it all in action. The only thing I won't be able to do in that skim the head to flatten it, but I think that's going to be alright. So I've got that there, and I've also made the mistake ordering parts that look correct online, and that's what's out of the EX650, and that's what arrived. And as you can see, it looks the same size, but it's completely different. So I think I've missed it out by 2 years. It's up until 2008 model and up to 2012 650 Versus, but which is the wrong one. So I've got air filter foam coming for that. I've already tested out on the old head the valve removing tool. I've got Prussian blue engineering compound to check the lapping and whatnot. I'm going to be cleaning up these combustion chambers and all the ports and whatnot with a mix of ATF fluid and acetone to get the carbon out of the cylinder bores, out of the cylinders, and out of the chambers and whatnot on the head. So I've got all that going. I'm going to do that now. So this is basically just a video of cleaning the head up. So I've got a test head here, so I'll see how I go first of all on that, and see how effective it is, and then I can transfer onto that there. Then I'll be disassembling, like taking all the valves out, springs, retainers, getting right up in there, probably tilt the head on an angle let it all soak down in there, and yeah, I'll be cleaning that up and getting it ready. I've got a 5 to 6 week wait on the inlet valves, which were the only ones that weren't in stock here in Australia. So once they arrive, basically I'll lap the old seats with the old valves, and then do the Prussian blue, like the engineering compound, check the new ones seat. I'm pretty sure that the guides will be alright, but I'll check that. New valve stem seals. Yeah, got that happening. I've got shim kit coming, so we'll be installing the shims and torquing up the cam journals and getting it all dialed in before I put it back on the bike. So yeah, pretty much that. So I'll be cleaning those up today, and I'll see you in a second with progress. Alright, cheers guys. Alright, here we go. I have gotten all the valves out of the head. Used a combination of automatic transmission fluid and acetone. All the journals look nice. The cam was fine. There wasn't that much wear. But yeah, slowly cleaning out the ports. Bit of a worry about, if we can see, there's some pretty bad pitting around the seats. So I reckon this engine, this is the head and cylinder or barrel that came from the wreckers. So I'm guessing that these exhaust valves are the same ones that actually they've had the silent recall on, and yeah, they're on their way out. The shims that were in there were 3mm and 2.95mm, so that's still pretty thick. Like, I wasn't down to like 2.05 or anything like that, but yeah, like, so that pitting there. So I'm going to use the old valve, probably one of the better ones to go through and put the grinding paste on and like get a nice surface there ready for the new valves. Yeah, so I'm just waiting on the new valves and bits and pieces to arrive. I've started cleaning up the top of the piston, which had a lot of carbon and crap on it, which I dare say was because the valve was getting a lot tighter, as in, you know, probably staying open for a lot longer duration, because it probably hadn't been adjusted, like with shims and whatnot, over its life. I've got the barrel there. Yeah, it doesn't look too crash hot. There's like no scores and stuff, but be de-lipping that and well, getting rid of the carbon ring there, and hitting it with like Scotch-Brite, and yeah, cleaning up the piston, getting these exhaust ports a lot nicer. Yeah, just been going away with like a bit of Scotch-Brite and automatic transmission fluid, getting that right. But yeah, so it's almost ready for the new valves and valve stem seals and bits and pieces, and get it reassembled. Yeah, get some warm soapy water, clean it all up, get it looking great. Yeah, assemble it, put it back together. And the bike, I've decided today I'm going to bag up the throttle body and mask off, well, gaffer tape off the bottom end there, and like hit it with a high pressure hose, because there's a bit of dust on it, which is a bit concerning, like if that drops into the motor and stuff. So yeah, just give it a wash down. I should have given it a wash down before I started disassembling it, but I jumped the gun on that one. But yeah, I'll be washing it down, and that'll be about it. So I'll see you soon. Yeah, pretty much next video will be when the parts arrive, and I'll be in the assembly phase of putting the cylinder back on, installing the pistons, getting the head with the shims installed. I've got a shim kit coming from the States. So when I get the shims in and all adjusted and with filler gauges, get that set up nicely on the bench, and then put the head back on, turn the motor over to make sure everything's running nice, and then if it's all good, put it all back together and see if she starts up and runs. So I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys, bye.